Hello there, namaste. So this is the trailer for Yodha. It dropped like not too long ago. But correct me if I'm wrong. There is a movie called Yodha. It's basically a remake of The Golden Child. Is this a remake of of Yodha, the one with that I haven't seen Yodha, but I want to see it just because of the name. Oh, it's Yodha, the something warrior. But is this a remake of it, or is it just something completely different? Or does Yodha mean warrior? I think Yodha means warrior. Oh well, it don't matter. But it's probably not a remake then. It's probably just cut the name to Yodha. I have no clue. I'm just watching it. I like it when they do quick things like that. You know, a simple, quick edits just showing you what it's going to be about. It's like, everyone, just so you know, it's an action movie. I'm okay with that because it lets you know immediately what it's about. Then the next minute, or because it's 7 seconds, the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds, they can show us the story if there is one, or just more action.
हर किसी का सपना होता है अपने पापा की तरह बनना मेरा भी था अरुण और जाने तक हमें नेगोशिएट करना होगा अरुण वेट अरुण अब इस शरीर पे या तो योद्धा का यूनिफॉर्म होगा या फिर तिरंगा
कितनी बार अरुण ऑर्डर्स चेन ऑफ कमांड्स कुछ होते हैं कि नहीं
वैसे भी ऐसे बड़े-बड़े मिशंस में ऐसी छोटी-मोटी गलतियां होते रहती हैं
I love how they got to have the romance in there. I enjoy it. Even if it's not important, like in KGF, the subtleties of it make it work. Like it has to be there. And then in the next movie, you realize why it was there. It's impactful.
योद्धा नहीं, देश के दुश्मन नहीं।
इंक्वायरी खत्म होने तक आप सबको सस्पेंड किया जाता है।
जज रहा है तुझ पर, लेकिन बेटा इसे कमाना पड़ता है और फिर पूरी जिंदगी इसका सम्मान करना पड़ता है।
Cabin crew to stations preparing for departure.
पायलट ने 7500 स्कॉप किया। It is an official hijack now.
खबर आ रही है कि
This is turning into Air Force One.
और फिर कमांडो को
संदिग्ध हाईजैकर
Okay, so he wants to be an officer just like his father. I enjoy that. There is that aspect where if you have like this amazing father, all sons want to emulate that. If you don't have that, it's kind of sad. But if you have someone who's worth looking up to, you look up to them. And he wants to be that. Apparently something happens and he loses everything. And then halfway through the trailer, it becomes Air Force One. This is literally Air Force One. It gets hijacked. And then, well, in Air Force One, it's the president that it's Harrison Ford that needs to take everyone out and take control back of the plane.
भारतीय फौजी होने की आशंका जताई जा रही है।
पाकिस्तान से गुजरती हुई इंडियन फ्लाइट हाईजैक।
This is Air Force One.
इत्तेफाक नहीं हो सकता। अरुण वहां पर क्या चल रहा है? मेरे जो 3 टेररिस्ट के नाम दिए थे उनके बारे में कुछ पता चला?
This is AB-175 requesting emergency landing.
अरुण कभी चुप बैठने वालों में से था ही नहीं।
परिवार से बढ़कर देश सेवा है उसके लिए।
आज ना तुम रहोगे, ना तुम्हारा देश।
मैं रहूं ना रहूं, देश हमेशा रहेगा।
I'm okay. Air Force One has needed a remake, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'm excited for it. A few differences, which is all you need.
जब तक आर्मी नहीं आती, हमें नेगोशिएट करने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए।
नेगोशिएट करना तो कभी योद्धा का स्टाइल था ही नहीं।
I wonder if it's going to do like flashbacks. I'm wondering if that's what it's doing. So the story is he's a failed officer. He's been kicked out of everything and he gets on a flight. That's probably, that would be cool if it is. And then every time he's like in a combat situation, you get like 15-minute flashback of, at this point in time, who he's fighting and what led up to it. So at the very end, he's the hero and the villain. I know they're not going to do that because in Indian film, they always do it where it's, okay, this is part one of the film where you see the hour and 30 minutes of him, which is movie number one, him losing, no longer becoming an officer. Part two, another hour and 30 minutes, is him playing Air Force One, taking the flight back, earning the respect of everyone. I think it would be nice to do like a parallel of both. You see him in action-packed sequences in both. One of them, he's a highly praised officer who absolutely enjoys being a soldier. The other one, he's downtrodden in a plane, but doing what he has to save everyone's lives. And you see at the very end, the happy officer I'm enjoying it. Talking about it. The happy officer at the very end, you see both perspectives. You see him basically be disgraced due to one of his actions. Maybe he made a call that led to the death of many innocent civilians. That would hang heavy on anyone, which is why he lost his uniform, which is why he was downtrodden, which reminds you back to the beginning when you're seeing 2 years later when he's on the plane. And then at the very end, he's also redeemed through his actions on the plane where he saves everyone on that flight. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it that way in the narrative perspective, seeing a parallel there. It's not going to happen that way. It's not. It's Indian cinema. They have to tell you part one, then part two. Or they tell you part two first, and then the last 15 minutes of part two, they go to tell you, okay, how did we get here, and tell you part one. And then they tell you the last 15 minutes. Either way, I'm interested to see it. It's Air Force One, as well as a mixture of probably a few other things. But I noticed Air Force One for sure. I enjoyed it. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.